Well, here we go. We are getting set for the men's singles gold. Ben Johns against Jay Devilliers. And this should be a whole lot of fun. Ben Johns, he won gold in Atlanta. And he's no stranger to Jay Devilliers. Let's talk about the 25-year-old Frenchman. They call him the Flying Frenchman because he is able to use that extended wingspan. I mean, you look at the length of his arms. He uses that to his advantage. He's able to really build up an advantage on the corners, working the ernies. He's a guy that really has made his presence felt here on the PPA Tour.
Yeah, Jay Devilliers, the Karate Kid with that headband on. He's definitely flying around. He's very athletic, very flashy. Great personality, too, on the court, but super athletic. And, yeah, you're going to see him jump around, fly around, probably just give Ben everything he can.
And Ben Johns, you see how he got here. He won in straight sets in each of the first 2 rounds and then defeated Gabriel Joseph just 12-10 in one game in the semifinals. Not sure what the situation was with that only going one game if he withdrew. But Ben Johns, nonetheless, see the earnings for him so far on the PPA Tour this year, over $42,000, and that's not counting his endorsement money, which the endorsement deals continue to rack in. We had Colin Johns, his brother, who will be here on Championship Court a little bit later today when they will finish off our coverage with the men's doubles gold medal match. Colin Johns is Ben's doubles partner. Colin was saying that Ben keeps all of his gold medals on the doorknob at his house and actually got us a picture of it. So I don't know if that worked its way to our graphics department or not, but if it did, we'll try to get you that at some point because that was there's not much room on the doorknob at this point, as you can imagine, with all the matches that Ben has won.
Unreal. Yeah, Ben Johns being Ben Johns, Benjamin Franklin, right? And doing big things, and once again finding himself in a gold medal match here.
Yeah. And I asked Colin, I said, what does Ben do with the silvers and the bronzes? He's like, no idea.
Yeah, right.
They're paperweights somewhere.
Yeah, it's amazing the kind of things that people can do with all of their medals, whether they use them as decorations on a Christmas tree or whatever it might be. But
well, you think about how relative it is, Johnny. I mean, how many people that play in a PPA event would really just cherish having a bronze or a silver to be able to show off, hey, I won a bronze or a silver in a PPA tournament. Ben Johns, it's all about the gold. That's just how good he is and where he has gotten to at this young age in his professional career.
Yeah, Ben has played everybody multiple times, and really excited to see if he comes out fast or kind of eases his way in.
Devilliers gets it going. And Ben Johns going down that line, and he painted that perfectly.
Just crisp volleys from Ben right off the bat.
Jim Lutz and Rosie Roper, our officials for this men's final. Side out will get it back over to Devilliers.
As Ben nonchalantly walks over to the ball.
I'm marking the start of the match time here, Johnny, at 11:03 Pacific. So we'll see exactly how long that this match goes after that women's match went roughly 100 minutes. The good news for these players, it is not overly hot here today. The conditions weather-wise could not be more perfect. Favorable bounce there for Ben Johns. Oh, and then nothing he could do with it.
And Ben just smiles as that ball kind of kicks backwards on him into the net. And that's our first look at the cat and mouse game between these two. Big time passer from Jay Devilliers right down the line. And taking an early 3-0 lead here in game one. And now hits the top of the net.
Yeah, so a couple of favorable bounces here for Devilliers.
And if you're playing Ben Johns, you need them all.
No question. And he builds a 4-0 lead here in game one. Make it 5-0.
And I said right before this started, is Ben going to come out fast and furious or have to ease his way in? And looks like the latter.
It's Devilliers that's coming out fast and furious.
That's right.
And now Ben finally does get the serve back. We'll see if he can get his first points of the match. He hits that wide. So back to Devilliers.
5-0. Side out.
A little too ambitious there if I'm Jay. Maybe let that bounce get into the cat and mouse with Ben a little bit. But at this point, being up 5-0 has got to be a pretty solid feeling for him to open up game one.
See Ben putting that spin on that serve before he lets it fly. Devilliers is trying to get Johnson the finesse game. Instead, he gets him in the power game. But set up by the finesse game. Man, Devilliers has come out smoking here in this men's final.
If you're Ben Johns, just weather the storm for a little bit.
5-0.
Let Jay get it out of his system. See if he cools down.
And a favorable little bounce there for Jay to make it 6-0. Devilliers, 25 years old, originally from France. He moved to the United States to play Division I tennis at Wichita State. That was where he first was introduced to pickleball, and now he's got a 7-0 lead. I mean, I don't think anybody would have expected this.
Oh, absolutely not. Maybe a few here or there, but 7-0.
Side out.
So we'll see if Ben Johns here can cut into this deficit as he finally gets the serve back.
0-7.
And Ben Johns missing that serve as he tried to put a little too much English on it.
7-0.
Now Jay looking to capitalize, 7-0.
And that's
Side out.
So side out. Ben Johns, the #1 player in the world, but Jay Devilliers really has been coming on like a freight train.
Point.
And Ben Johns finally gets his first point here in this match.
1-7. Point.
And he had a lot of spin on that one.
Now 2 straight points for the Maryland Terrapin. Ben Johns finishing up his college degree at Maryland in his senior year. Oh, how about that? The spin on that. Devilliers, there was nothing he could do with it.
You could tell Ben Johns has definitely been watching Morgan Evans'
1 minute.
serve routine, so that's going to be tough for Jay to handle.
We're going to take a hydration break, brought to you by Jigsaw Health.
Oh, man, my mouse battery's dead again.
I got you.
Ben Johns trailing 3-7. Jay Devilliers, despite the big lead, uses a timeout there. as he doesn't want to let Ben
Point.
Johns get any momentum, but instead Ben Johns gets another point. So 4 straight points by Ben
4-7.
Johns after trailing 0-7.
Replay.
And that one hit the net, so you're going to have to redo
4-7.
it. And going to do a different kind of serve.
Devilliers going for the ATP. Johns was ready for it, and Johns wins the exchange.
Ben Johns showing a little bit of emotion,
5-7.
which we don't see very often, but always glad to see it when we do.
Side out.
And that is going to get the serve back over to Devilliers, but suddenly Ben Johns very much right back in this
7-5.
game after trailing 7-0.
Side out.
And that is just wide.
And Ben, after starting off a little
5-7.
slow, going to see if he can add to that 5. So
Nice job by Ben to track that down, but a better job by Devilliers on the backhand to close it out. And the serve now will go back over to Devilliers.
7-5.
Ben
Side
Johns
out.
right at the net wins the firefight.
good little exchange there for Jay to get into it a little bit, but Ben just right on top of him.
Jay Devilliers, whose actual first name is
5-7.
Jocelyn, but you talk to anybody on the tour and nobody really knows exactly how to pronounce the pronunciation of
Right
that, so
out.
they just call him Jay.
It makes it easy for all of us.
Yeah, of course.
That's for sure.
It's not like the last name is all that either easy, all that easy either.
Yeah, right.
Devilliers. A few different people saying it a few different ways. I think we should just call him JD.
Right out.
JD.
Ben Johns getting the serve back again. It was 7-0
5-7.
early in favor of Devilliers. And now it is 6-7 with Ben Johns just a point away from
Point.
tying it up.
Jay just trying to stick
6-7.
that volley. Comes up a little short.
Side
A
out.
little wide from Ben on the drive there, but the good news is that Jay has now started to see a lot of the different types of serves that Ben is throwing at him and starting to get the timing down, so he's not having
7-6.
so many unforced errors right away.
Side out.
And little by little, Ben Johns just creeping his way back into this. Ben Johns being Ben Johns.
6-7. Point.
And here we go. Tied up at 7. 7 straight points by Ben Johns.
And that ball just rolling and dipping down to the feet of
7-7.
Jay Devilliers.
Johns
out.
unable to paint that line. So Devilliers, who has not trailed in this game, will look to try to get back in front.
7-7.
And he does.
Point.
My favorite story with Jay Devilliers as it pertains to pickleball is when he was in Wichita and became the pickleball
8-7.
director at Chicken Pickle. And I had a chance to talk to him about that, and he said, yeah, it was, you know, more of a fun place where you go play some pickleball and have a couple of cocktails
Point.
than necessarily anybody trying to make the PPA tour. But he had a lot of fun with that experience, and right now he's having some fun here on Championship Court as he's opened up a 2-point lead and is 2 points away from taking game one.
Side out.
Great little cut there from Ben Johns, knifing that backhand right down into the court. Jay unable to get there in time.
7-9.
And 7-9, Ben to serve.
Side out.
But side out gets it right back to Jay.
9-7.
Oh, how about the quick hands out of Ben Johns?
Big time read from Ben Johns as Jay Devilliers goes flying out wide to try to hammer it home cross court, and Ben right there with his paddle.
I mean, that's a shot that gets by 98% of players on a
7-9.
pickleball tour. That's a winner most of the time, but not against Ben Johns.
Side out.
Jay Devilliers able to forget about that and able to stick a nice shot there for the side out.
Got to have a short memory. Next point mentality.
9-7.
Matthew Cross to the referee desk.
And now
Point.
Devilliers a point away from taking game one.
A really nice ball movement, curling that ball with a nice forehand roll past Ben Johns.
10-7.
And there it is.
Point game.
Johns hits it wide, and Jay Devilliers gave up a 7-0 lead. It was tied at 7, and then he rolls off the last four to take game one, 11-7. So the world's number one in a hole here. Down 1-0. Great performance in game one by Jay Devilliers.
Oh, absolutely. And here comes the last point. Let's check it out. Jay able to roll that backhand. Ben just trying to stick the volley. And I have a feeling as we get on here to this the next game, we may start to see a little different Ben Johns, maybe a little more crisp, a little more action on the ball.
We'll take a timeout. Game number 2 from San Clemente coming your way after this on Championship Court. So here we go, game 2, 1-0. Ben Johns with the early lead. And Ben Johns gets another point there. So 2-0 here in game number 2 as Ben Johns looking to answer after getting off to a shaky start in game number 1 of this best-of-5 match. Devilliers sticking with it. You know, one of those returns by Ben Johns, it looked like it might have been heading out, but he hit it anyway.
Well, Ben's starting to get into a nice little rhythm here. You know, he's going to come out probably with a little more intensity,
0-2.
a little more focus, and he got his warm-up game out of the way. I think we'll start to see Ben Johns be Ben Johns here in a minute.
Devilliers hits that long.
Side out.
So serve going back over to Ben Johns.
2-0. Side out.
And coming up a little short there, hitting the top of the tape. But Ben Johns is no stranger to this best 3 out of 5. He's competed in probably all of them that have been around. So he knows, pace himself a little bit. But Jay Devilliers.
He gets on the board. Now 1-2.
1-2.
Ben Johns just had
Side out.
Jay going the wrong way and able to finish that one off. Made it look easy.
Great crisp volleys from Ben Johns, putting the ball down and out of reach of Jay Devilliers.
2-1.
It's now time for your player orientation that happens just above championship court. At the tournament desk, attendance is required. 360 plus. It's now time for your player.
Around the post, Devilliers, but Ben
Point.
Johns again. That's the second time in this match Devilliers executed the ATP, and it's the second time it's been Ben Johns who won the exchange.
Oh, absolutely. Jay trying to use all of his athleticism, which I think is
3-1.
probably what's best, but Ben just able to be there in the right spot and defend.
Side out.
And that one out long. So Devilliers getting the serve
1-3.
back, trailing 1-3. And now gets it back to within a point at
Point.
2-3.
That's a great drive by Jay Devilliers, and Ben maybe a little
2-3.
indecisive on whether or not to hit it, if it was going to go out or not.
Point.
Misfire there by Ben Johns, and we are tied at 3.
3-3.
Can hear the wind on our microphones. It is
Side
picked
out.
up here as some of the marine layer now has rolled in as well, so it's cooled off a little bit, and the wind is picked up. Johnny Pickleball is shivering a little bit, wondering where he left his sweatshirt.
That's right. I'm from Florida. You know, that's a little chilly.
Nice job by Ben to be able to get that off that net as it did spin back into it, and then he hits the winner on the backhand.
Timeout has been called by receiver.
So
It
Jay
is
Devilliers
4-3.
wants a timeout to collect himself as Ben Johns has gone back in front, 4-3.
Yeah, and you know, Jay is staying focused, calling the timeout. He doesn't want Ben to get any kind of momentum or rhythm. And I think that's a good move. Good, smart play by Jocelyn Jay Devilliers. So the Karate Kid, as I'm going to keep calling him.
Yeah, this is a pivotal game because I think most people, despite Jay Devilliers winning game 1, I bet if you surveyed most people in this attendance right now, they would probably still say that they expect Ben Johns to win this match.
Yeah.
That opinion would change considerably if Jay Devilliers is able to win game 2.
Oh, absolutely. I think if Jay can win this game, it's a whole new story. But yeah, I think people would still say that, oh, we expect Ben to win in 4 games now.
Yeah, Jay Devilliers having a conversation with his doubles partner, Patrick Smith.
Yeah, and I think if Jay just continues to hit his passing shots, continue to make Ben play, and continue to use your athleticism to your advantage, you know, anything's possible, right? It's pickleball. So, you know, Ben is going to be Ben and maybe start sticking a few more shots.
And this is match number 2 of 4 that we will have coming your way here on Championship Court. So coming up after this, we will have the Women's Doubles Championship followed by the Men's Doubles Championship. We will see Ben Johns again later on today. He will be part of that Men's Doubles.
And Ben looking ready to go here, as is Jocelyn Jay
You have 1 timeout
Devilliers.
remaining. You have 2 timeouts remaining. Time is in. It is 4-3.
So Ben Johns with the 4-3 lead.
Point.
I mean, that ball taking a little skid off that back line of the kitchen. And Ben just being so precise with that roll. That little drop shot.
So Ben with the 5-3 lead.
5-3.
Looking to build on this advantage. And how about the
Point.
extension there to reach out and slap that home?
Great reach from Ben Johns. Jay had him almost out wide, just sticks his paddle out. Somehow goes past Jay.
6-3.
And then
Point.
the power by Ben Johns, now a 7-3 lead.
And starting to get into a nice little rhythm here is Ben Johns, setting up shots, closing nicely.
7-3.
And Jocelyn Jay Devilliers going to look for an answer.
And that was in. Devilliers tried to answer with
Point.
the ATP, and he's 0 for 3 on ATPs today.
Well, now he's going to focus on trying to be probably
8-3.
too perfect, considering Ben Johns has been blocking him.
How about the
Side out.
backspin there, though? Nothing Ben Johns could do to get to that one, so Devilliers will get the serve back.
Three-eight.
Oh, Ben Johns, the Ernie
Side
to
out.
finish. And now the serve will go back over to Johns, 3 points away from tying this match at a game apiece.
Well, that was a great setup by Ben. Jumps the kitchen, rolls the forehand past Jay,
8-3.
and now leads 8-3.
And Jay misfires there. 9-3 now, and then you can see it. You said it, Johnny. Ben Johns now
Timeout has been
feels
called by
like
the
he has
receiver.
certainly
It is
found
9-3.
his footing. And Jay Devilliers is going to use a timeout to try and see if he can interrupt that momentum. We'll take a quick break as well. This hydration break brought to you by Jigsaw Health.
They are towing cars.
Get your fun to feel good here, folks. Fun to feel good. Get your fun to feel good here.
Ben, it's not called It's Fun to Feel Good. It's Electrolyte Supreme.
Oh, okay. This guy looks like a cramper.
Get your electrolytes.
Ben, you can't throw product at the customer.
Oh.
Jay Devilliers using that timeout, try and see if he can keep this game alive. Ben Johns is 2 points away
No timeouts remaining.
from finishing this thing off and getting it to a 1-1 match.
9-3.
Jim Lutz slowing things down for a second, and now here we go. And Ben
Point.
lets that go, so that brings up game point.
And Ben looking very confident, very calm,
10-3.
composed, as we are used to seeing. As that one goes
And
long
yep.
as well.
Game.
So there it is. We're tied at a game apiece. Ben Johns clearly has figured something out against Jay Devilliers. We're tied at 1-1.
All right, I have
One more look
towel
at
from
game
Provo
point,
Pickleball.
Johnny.
It's a nice tie-dye towel. Who
Well,
wants
what
it?
we're going to see is, Ben Johns has started to execute his shots. He's setting up his patterns against Jay Devilliers, and now Jay is going to start trying to too hard to be too perfect versus Ben Johns. And sometimes when you try to do that, you start hitting low percentage shots and overcooking shots. So
We'll have game 3 coming your way after this timeout from San Clemente. Stay with us here on Championship Court. Back here in San Clemente, and the wind has picked up. You see the flags are flying. And we'll see whether or not that plays a factor here as we start game 3. And Ben Johns all the momentum in game 2, and he carries it over to the start of this third game.
Well, I'll tell you what, that ball was going out, and Ben decided to just jump the
0-0.
kitchen anyway and just put a little heat on it. So a little statement there to open up this game from Ben Johns.
Side out.
Cross-court winner there for Jay Devilliers. Well, we talked on the broadcast yesterday, including with Colin Johns, about, would you rather hit a ball that you knew was
0-0.
going out, or would you rather, if you hit one that is known going out, or let one go that you think is going out? And everybody
Side out.
unanimously said they'd rather hit one that they knew was going out, because at least you still give yourself a chance.
Absolutely.
And sometimes
0-0.
it's not a bad play if you feel like you can make a statement.
Oh, for sure.
Point.
And Ben Johns, his drives, his drops, and everything, it just is, as this match has continued to progress through,
1-0.
it's just getting crisper and crisper and just looking like the Ben Johns that we see all the time. And
Side
as soon
out.
as I say that, of course, he misses one. But Jay Devilliers not doing anything
0-1.
terribly wrong here. He just, misses a few here and there, and Ben just kind of dominating a little more.
And that is
Side
that
out.
is long. As we talked about at the top of the broadcast, Ben Johns won a gold here last night alongside Simone Jardim as they won the mixed doubles gold. No
1-0.
real surprise there.
Little cat and mouse action.
Devilliers goes to the lob,
Point.
and Ben Johns says, I was ready for that.
A nice little flick of the wrist, backhand overhead from Ben Johns.
2-0.
And make it
Point.
3-0 as Ben Johns right down that sideline. I mentioned that mixed doubles goal being played last night. They
3-0.
moved that off of Championship Saturday for this event, Johnny, in part because with these matches being 5 games, best of 5, you had the potential for a player going for a Triple Crown to potentially have to play 3 gold medal matches totaling 15 games all on the same day, and that created a concern about the quality of the play, and you want to be able to have these championship matches be played at the highest level. You don't want to have somebody out there that's gassed.
I mean, all that means is Ben would only eat maybe half a dozen donuts instead of a dozen, really. But, I think for him to still be able to do it, then, but I'm sure he's digested all of those going into Game 3 here as he looks super comfortable. And everything's going in now.
He's kind of found the zone.
Yeah, absolutely. And Ben Johns just continuing to paint lines a little bit. And Jay had some great defense there.
So Ben now with a 4-0 lead.
4-0.
And
make it 5-0.
Absolutely, and that serve actually kicked into Jocelyn Jay Devilliers as he took it from behind him.
Ben Johns has scored 23 of the last 30 points in this match. Jay Devilliers started 7-0 in Game 1. Since then, it's 23-7 overall, which is really kind of a nothing stat in terms of winning the games, but it shows you that Ben has been dialed in, although Devilliers with an answer right there.
Yeah, great exchange up at the net. The hands of these guys are absolutely incredible. Jay coming up big with that one.
Zero 5. Point.
Good passing shot by Jay Devilliers. But you wonder what would get him the most points. Is it through passing shots on Ben Johns, who has such crisp volleys, or maybe taking your chance with your athleticism up at the net in a cat and mouse game?
Point. And now Devilliers with 2 straight points.
2-5.
It's an important game for Jay, as he does not want to be just a game away from elimination in the match.
Point.
And he gets it to 3-5.
And that's a great backhand drive, cross court from Jay Devilliers. Ball actually dipped down some.
Unable to get it over the net that time, though, so the serve will head back over to Ben.
5-3.
Make it 6-3. What an impressive shot by Ben Johns. I mean, he's the complete package, Johnny. He's got the power, he's got the finesse, he's got the accuracy, he's got the quick hands.
Well, the biggest thing is he has the pickleball IQ, which is understanding and reading the patterns and knowing exactly what players are going to do before they do half the time.
Yeah, he checks every box on the pickleball player scorecard, which is why he is the clear-cut #1 player in the world.
Side out.
And Devilliers into the net, so Johns will get it back. Our producer, Ray Koliakovo, asking, how many boxes are there on the
6-3.
That's a good question. We just have to ask Ben. He'll give you the sheet.
Yeah.
Point.
Right
There's
now,
another point.
He just got another point, 7-3.
Yeah, no wonder said at the beginning, which Ben Johns we're going to see first. One that comes out hot, or one that kind of eases into it and gets a nice rhythm. And we can see which one we've clearly gotten. So,
point. Ben Johns
Timeout has been called by receiver. It is 8-3.
I mean, that is so unbelievably difficult to execute what he just did right there.
Tough.
Makes it an 8-3 game. We're taking a timeout, a hydration break brought to you by Jigsaw Health.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you want a scoop?
No.
All right. Irina?
Yes, please.
All right, just say when.
Back here in San Clemente, Ben Johns now up 8-3, looking to take a 2-game-to-1 lead. As Jay Devilliers in a bit of a hole now.
And it's going to be a good timeout from Jay. See if he can cool down Ben a little bit. Maybe get him to lose his focus. That's when you get your most points from Ben Johns, is maybe when he gets a little complacent from time to time. It's a rare period of time, but
and instead Ben Johns gets another point, 9-3. And in the back of Jay Devilliers' mind, and I know he's a heck of a competitor, you got to be starting to think like, oh, Ben has found it.
Point.
Yeah. And now Ben's a point away from going up 2-1.
It's the depth of his serve with the amount of kick that the ball has taken. Here now he's just getting creative.
And there it is.
Point game.
Ben Johns absolutely putting on a show right now. He wins game 3, 11-3. Go back to the game point. It didn't last very long.
Here's the kick serve going underneath. And big drive. Nice volley by Jay. But Ben Johns just rolling that forehand cross court for the winner.
Ben Johns will be going for the gold. Can he win it 3-1? The answer coming up after this timeout here on Championship Court. Ben Johns, he scored 7 of the final 11 points in game 1. Let's not forget that. So it was 7-4 really to finish that, and then he's 11-3, 11-3. So after a 7-0 start, Jay Devilliers has really been scrambling against the world's #1. But he does force the side out here to start game number 4. We'll see whether or not he can get some kind of a lead.
Well, that's going to be great play from Jay Devilliers. As he just slaps a forehand, drops low enough that Ben can't handle it. Takes the early lead, 1-0 here in game 4.
And serve going back now to Ben Johns, and we mentioned it. The wind has rolled in, the marine layer has rolled in, and Johnny, I've regretted my decision to leave my sweatshirt in the hotel room. That's it is actually it is a little bit chilly here.
There's a little breeze out there, but I don't think it's really affecting the players too much. You know, these guys have dealt with it on a regular basis from all different parts of the country. So
Ben Johns putting that one away. Serve back over to Ben.
Zero-one. Point.
That's a ridiculous shot from Ben Johns because he put so much spin on the ball on the serve. Jay actually had a really good return off of it, and Ben just says he's going to one-up him and drop that, curl it down for a winner.
I mean, Ben is the king of the ridiculous shot, is he not?
Yeah, it's true.
Friendly net cord there.
Point.
And Jay, nothing he could do really about it. Had a thought maybe for a second he might be able to hit an ATP off of it, but he just couldn't get there.
2-1. Side out.
That serve is long.
1-2.
And that return is long. So Devilliers draws even here, 2-2. Ben lets it go, and it ends up staying in.
Yeah, Ben definitely thought that ball was going to carry. As you can see, opens up the paddle face, lets it go, just kind of drops.
He could have hit it if he had wanted to. But
oh, absolutely.
Puts that one away now. And we'll get the serve back.
No questions marks there. We're going to see if Jay can, past couple games he's only gotten 3, so he's met his quota in Ben John's mind.
2-3.
Are you calling for a 9-0 run here?
It's tough. I don't think I can. You never know to close it out.
Well, you got to get the first one before you can get the 9-0 run. He's got one.
There it is. I bet there's people in this crowd that would say 9-0 is not a, or a 9-point run is definitely feasible for Ben Johns. Full crowd here.
Well, make it 2-0 run.
Here we go.
And a 4-3 lead. Ben would like to wrap this one up in 4 games and get a little rest before taking the court for the men's doubles championship, in which he and his brother Colin will take on Tyson McGuffin and Riley Newman.
And even for the women's gold medal match, you see the mother-daughter duo warming up on the court behind us.
Yep. Tell you what, as impressive as Ben Johns is and was yesterday, I think of all the matches we saw yesterday, I don't know if anybody was more impressive than Riley Newman.
Oh, Riley Newman's all over the place.
In their men's semifinal, he put on a show.
His defense, Riley's defense, not to take away from anything that's going on right now, but his defense is absolutely incredible, and look forward to that match.
4-3.
So we have 4-3, Ben Johns to serve. Takes the lead here in game 4. Hits another one.
So now it's a 3-0 run. Interrupted by a side out, but still a 3-0 run.
That's right.
5-3.
And that one's going to sail a little long as well. Here comes the timeout.
Receiver. It is 5.
So Devilliers will try to cool Ben Johns off, who's now only 5 points away from the championship here in San Clemente. Let's take a hydration break by Jigsaw Health.
I've been playing professional pickleball for a little over 4 years now. Throughout the day, I would take salt tablets, I would take electrolyte tablets, and when it was hot and it was a long day, I just feel my energy drop. I started taking Electrolyte Supreme in the fall of last year. I played great, and I recovered perfectly. I was like surprised. I know I played a lot over those 3 days or 4 days, and afterwards I wasn't even sore. If you're not drinking electrolytes yet, then you probably haven't tried them.
Back here in San Clemente, Jay Devilliers hoping that timeout will cool Ben Johns down as he is 5 points away. Our officials, Jim Lutz and Rosie Roper, chatting things over at center court, and now we're finally ready to get things going again.
Time is in. It is 6-3.
All right, 6-3, Ben Johns the serve. As he was practicing his spin, he actually hit himself in the face with the ball once.
I guess that means he had a lot of spin on it.
He had a lot of spin on it.
Devilliers able to force the side out.
3-6.
And now Devilliers gets it back within 2.
Four, 6. Side out.
Ben Johns getting the serve back. So the 9-0 run won't
6-4.
happen, but he doesn't really necessarily care what the final score is. He just wants to end this match.
Another great forehand roller from Ben Johns for the winner. And you got to think if you're Jay Devilliers,
7-4.
where to go with my return.
The problem is, he goes between the legs. It doesn't catch up to that return though. But the problem is with Devilliers, you could put it anywhere you want on the court against Ben Johns. He's probably still going to be able to get to it.
He'll get to it. I think a little better probably is to go for the, probably just return to his forehand side. If you return to Ben's forehand side, he doesn't have the ability to run around and get that angle.
4-7.
Or even just go to the middle so it cuts off the angles, sharp angles anyway.
Hear the crowd react. Devilliers gives the serve back over to Ben Johns.
All right, Ben up 7-4 here in game 4.
7-4.
Devilliers wins that firefight.
And Jay Devilliers starting off by returning to that forehand side so that Ben can't run around. And Ben still was able to methodically get in, but good hands from Jocelyn Jay Devilliers.
4-7.
So hanging on here at 4-7, but he really needs to make something happen right now. Oh, Ben able to reach out and catch up to that one. And then hits the crossing winner
just
to get the serve back.
I mean, just to use his backhand to stick out there. Jay hit a phenomenal cross-court drive, which normally on a lot of people would be a winner. But Ben able to just jump the kitchen right here and put it away.
7-4. Point.
And Ben gets it to 8-4, now 3 points away.
Eight-4.
Well, Devilliers gets Ben going the wrong way. I mean, really had him in a tough spot.
4-8.
It was a good get from Ben in the first place, but even better shot by Jay Devilliers.
Ben goes for the Ernie, and he's able
Side
to cash
out.
it in.
Jay Devilliers trying to defend that, just drop it in, but there's just so much heat off that ball.
8-4.
9-4 now, just 2 points away. Ben Johns from taking gold. Does anybody execute the Ernie better than Ben Johns?
Not that I've seen so far, but I mean, pickleball is still in its infancy.
I do love the fact that
9-4.
Ben has taught it to Simone. And she's actually become pretty proficient at it as well.
That's true. She does a little walk, a little saunter over there more than a jump.
Timeout has been called by receiver. It is 10-4.
Jay Devilliers taking the timeout as it is 10-4. Ben Johns a point away from winning gold here in San Clemente. Let's get a Jigsaw Health hydration break.
I got your new paddle.
It's pretty awesome.
Could you sign it?
I already signed that one.
That's not your signature.
That is indeed my signature.
But I did not see you sign it myself personally.
Okay.
Wow.
Back here in San Clemente, Dave Baines, Johnny Pickleball, and Hannah Johns, who, when this match is over, We'll have the interview with the winner.
You have no timeouts remaining. You have 2 timeouts remaining. Time is in. It is 10-4.
Championship point, Ben Johns in control. Hits it wide, though. Devilliers lives to fight at least for another point.
That's a great way for Jay Devilliers to bring
4-10.
Ben in and just kind of move the ball around. So great precision there.
Point.
It's the 3rd time now out of the 5 points that Jay Devilliers has gotten where he kind of goes down the forehand side of Ben Johnson. Ben just kind of opens his paddle thinking it's going to go out, but they just keep landing.
That does just land in. And Ben Ernie's hit.
Side out.
And crushes it.
Great defense.
And I mean, that was an Ernie where he didn't even have to jump it. He just got to stand out of bounds because he knew where it was coming. So championship point again. And that is long. So Devilliers hanging on.
Side out.
And Jay Devilliers really picking on the forehand side of Ben Johns as he is not letting him get any angles that way. But
replay.
Hanging on by a thread.
5-10.
That's going to be long, so we will have another championship point.
Just the athleticism of Jay Devilliers to even have a chance to go over there and get the ball back is extremely impressive.
10-5.
Ben Johns again looking to close it out. Did a great job to get to that ball, but another side out. Devilliers continuing to hang on, as you said, by a thread. Is better than not hanging on at all.
That's right.
Side out.
Jay trying to close, put a little pressure on Ben, just overcooks that one, and another match point for Ben Johns.
10-5.
And Devilliers, the backhand winner, to force another side out.
Just relentlessly going to the forehand side. Ben thinking he's going to cross at some point, and that's great patience from Jay Devilliers.
Side out.
And all Devilliers could do is shrug his shoulders. He's like, what can you do with that shot? He was hoping it would go out. See Ben in the background pumping his fist. He knows he's got another championship point. This is championship point number 5.
There it is.
And the 5th time is the charm. Ben Johns comes back from 1 game to none down and wins 3 straight. So 7-11, 11-3, 11-3, 11-5. Ben Johns, the world's #1 pickleball player, adds another gold to his trophy chest. Let's take a look at the championship point.
Great playing from Ben Johns. Sets it up beautifully to end it. Unbelievable performance once again.
We will hear from the winner, Ben Johns, to be interviewed by his sister Hannah when we return here on Championship Court.
Welcome back to beautiful San Clemente, California. We are out at the Orange County Cup. So grateful to be here, watch these incredible players over 4 days of play. What a wonderful experience this has been thus far. I'm here with Ben Johns now on center court. Congratulations, you are the 2021 gold medal champion of the Orange County Cup. Guys, give him a big round of applause. And what a match that was. You lost that first game, came back to take it in 4. What was going through your head after losing the first?
Yeah, I think, sometimes you come out a little slow. Jay definitely came out pretty hot. He was making his shots, and I don't think I was. So really just focused on vamping the energy up a little bit, just seeing what points I could at least get in that first game after a big deficit. And kind of evened it up, and then eventually lost it, but I knew I was actually, hitting my shots again by the time I lost the first game. So I was pretty confident going into game 2, and I think that's really what matters, confidence that your game is still going to prevail.
And we're getting a lot of questions from our viewers about your new spin serve and also the new look of your paddle. Can you share the mechanics behind the spin serve and also tell us what's going on with the paddle?
Sure. Well, the paddle is just a new color scheme, and the surface is lasting a little longer. Still feels the same, so I'm still playing with the same thing, but yeah, just different color, changing it up a little bit. That's coming soon, a month or 2. As for the spin serve, you always got to keep experimenting in this game. It's an unsolved sport, so I'm just trying kind of something new, seeing how it works, and I'd say it was a semi-successful debut here.
We're seeing a lot of players turn to mental coaches, to refocusing techniques, working on that mental game. What do you do in that aspect?
I'd say just don't try to fix what isn't broken. I don't feel like I struggle mentally usually, so until that time comes, I'm just confident doing what I have been doing so far, and I'll stick with that until otherwise.
All right, and you are looking at the Triple Crown now. What do you have to do to convert on that?
I'll recover here a little bit, massage the body, hydrate, and then just refocus for the doubles match. It's a different game, different style, different strategy, so I'll refocus, talk with Colin, and see what we're going to do.
All right, we're going to bring Connor on court now to present your trophy. City Council, Jean, James, and Chris Duncan, welcome.
So on behalf of the City of San Clemente, it's my privilege to have watched your victory. It was awesome. I spoke with your older brother, but said he had warmed you up before this match. We really, really appreciate the PPA being here, and I congratulate you, sir, on a great victory. There we go. Thank you.
All right. And with that, we're going to take a quick break, and we will be back with more pickleball action.